What's going on, Shady people? Shady Penguin here, welcoming you back to another UCL prep video. We are planning for our game that is going to be taking place tomorrow against the Tulsa Talonflames. We are your New York Mankeys, and if you're excited, please be sure to show some Shady love, hit a thumbs up down below. The like button does need your touching today. We're going up against Kristen, Cuddle of Death, and really quick, I just want to address something. Last week, I know we choked. Hard. Or I choked hard, rather. Should have gone out to Jolteon. That would have won me the game instantly. But it choked. It happens. We got to move on. We are the New York Mankeys. We're not giving up. We're still going for the cup. We learned a lot. I learned a lot from that loss. A good friend of mine, Joey Pokemon, always says you can learn more from a loss than a win. And I actually learned a lot from that loss. So I'm excited to prove that throughout the rest of the season. And wanted to address, because we might be using him today, Shiftry cannot have Sucker Punch, Defog. Actually, I think it can't have Sucker Punch and Leaf Blade. Or Defog and Leaf Blade, because Defog is a Gen 4 move tutor, and Leaf Blade, Nuzleaf gets it in Gen 6. So you can't have those because Shiftry gets Defog, not Nuzleaf. So it doesn't work. It does not work. It does not work. That's what everyone told me. Everyone was like, some people were like, ah! And then other people were like, no man, you're right. You can't have those on there. So if you want to try it for yourself, go for it. It doesn't work for me. So anyway, we're going against the Tulsa Talonflames, and their team consists of Heatran, Ferrothorn, Latias, Galvantula, Salamence, Houndoom, Jellicent, Virizion, Seismitoad, Liepard, Muck, and Dusknoir. So I didn't do too much prep for this one. I gotta be honest, I did not do too much prep. I don't know why my Infernape is holding a blueberry. You guys will see that in a second, but apparently it likes berries. And then our team, in case you have forgotten, our potential team is Landorus-T, Mew, Pinsir, Milotic, Infernape, Blissey, Jolteon, Skunk Tank, Shiftry, Gramble, Girder, and Regirock. So, I really like our team. I really like the odds we have, but our opponent does have some very tricky mons. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and start team building right now. You guys can see we have Infernape, but it's not gonna be Blueberry Infernape. It's not gonna be Blueberry Infernape. We are actually going to end up going with Infernape, because like I mentioned, her three of her OU mons are Heatran, Ferrothorn, and Latias. So Heatran and Ferrothorn, even if they don't come, I think that she knows that I'm gonna plan for them. So it would make sense if she doesn't bring them, because I have an Infernape, but I still have to plan for them. So of course we're gonna go Overheat, and we're gonna go Close Combat, because this set destroys that core so well. I actually think I'm gonna end up going U-turn. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go U-turn. Now, part of me wants to actually go ahead and pack Grass Knot for that Seismitoad, because I really feel like that Seismitoad is coming. I have like this gut feeling that Seismitoad, and it's basically I want to plan for Seismitoad, because even if Seismitoad doesn't come, it'll be good to have the Grass Knot for, say, the Jellicent. If it comes down to that, I'd really rather not go Jellicent V. I'd really rather not do that at all, but it is what it is if it comes down to it. Pretty positive we will go Grass Knot. Just thinking, does Gunk Shot do anything for us against her? Gunk Shot does nothing. U-turn is really good on Infernape, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna Choice Scarf this thing or not yet. I haven't decided what I want to play. It's got base 108 speed. We can see it outspeeds everything on my opponent's team except for the Latias. So Latias, oh, and it speed ties with Virizion. So that's, and it speed ties with Galvantula. All right, there we go. So speaking of that, we'll touch on webs soon. I'm really afraid of the webs. I don't know why my mouse cursor is not showing up. I apologize for that, guys. But you guys can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Oh, now it shows up. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so am I gonna Choice Scarf this thing, or am I gonna go Focus Sash? I'm gonna Choice Scarf this thing, or am I gonna go Focus Sash? That's kind of what's going to decide my last move. My opponent only has one Pokemon. Well, actually, no. Heatran and Ferrothorn are both weak to fighting. We can't say one Pokemon. But besides those two, which I already know I'm going to one-shot between Overheat and Close Combat. You know what? I don't want to Choice Scarf. I want to Focus Sash. Because I feel like I'm going to end up going for like Overheat, switches into Heatran, and then we can't outspeed. Then again, she might bring Choice Scarf Heatran for that reason. So we have to be careful about that. Choice Scarf Heatran does outspeed Assassin Infernape. But I think we're going to go ahead, and since we were going with Focus Sash, I'm just going to go Mach Punch. I'm going to go Mach Punch to get a little priority on the team. Granted, there's not too many things that it's going to be Super useful against, I mean, Houndoom if she brings it. Jellicent, it doesn't hurt. See, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go Grass Knot. I'm gonna go Grass Knot. I'm gonna go Grass Knot because I think it should one-shot. I think it should one-shot. A gosh diggity darn Seismitoad. Now, really quickly, what I want to do is over here on this screen that you guys can't see, Nugget Bridge, Damage Calculator, Infernape. Let's go Seismitoad. And let's go with, ooh, that does a lot. Grass Knot. Grass Knot is not a one-hit KO, actually. Surprisingly enough, it is it's a 6.3% chance to OHKO after rocks. So we'd have to get a little bit more damage on this thing before we go for the Grass Knot, unfortunately. Fake Out would be really cool to put on here, actually. Fake Out would be awesome. Oh my gosh. But I don't really want to go for a Fake Out against a Ferrothorn, so that would be really, really bad. So I don't even want the option. We're going to leave it as is. So we're going to go... I just want to make sure... Like right now we have a... Oh, that's a Jolly nature. We're not going to go Jolly. We're going to be... what's our nature that we love? Do we love Lonely? I think we love Lonely. Okay, Lonely Grass Knot, 56% chance to OHKO after rocks. So a pretty good chance. Just two entries, and then that's it. She's done. The Seismitoad is gone. So we're gonna make you. But do I want to make you plus attack or plus speed? I think I want to make you plus speed because the only thing that I'm really the close combat is really for the Heat Ran. And let's see, close combat. Get rid of Flare Blitz. Close combat. There's 113% with a Lonely nature, but what about with a Hasty nature? Close combat is a guaranteed OHKO regardless. If she does go bulky Heatran to live that, I'm gonna assume the worst. Oh yeah, then there won't be a one-hit KO. So that's good to know that it will not one-hit KO. It will not one-hit KO the Heatran. So we gotta remember that because we are gonna end up going positive speed because I want to at least have a chance to win the potential speed ties. Maybe we should go naive. Let's look at our opponent's team really quick. Heatran, Ferrothorn, Latias, Galvantula, Salmons. No, I think we're gonna go Hasty. We're gonna go Hasty Ape. Hasty Ape! So, I'm gonna name you Lonely again. That's what I like to name you. Alright, so we have Infernape. Our Lonely Monkey, our Lonely Ape, which takes care of the Heatran Ferrothorn. It takes care of Galvantula. Well, it speed ties with it. It hits Verzion really hard. Hits Liepard really hard. So it's a really good Pokemon for this team for sure. Now, I think we're gonna end up... My opponent has no Ice Stab. I don't know how much that matters for Landorus. I think we're gonna go Scarfed Lando. I think Scarfed Lando will be really good. Actually, you know what I've been liking a lot more? I've been liking bulky U-turners and bulky Volt Switchers a lot more recently. A Pokemon that I know I'm bringing, so let me just add it on there right now. It's gonna be Mew. We're gonna bring our Defog Mew. That's an item. We're gonna go Leftovers. It's gonna be Defog Mew. I know that for a fact. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna build it around. I really don't know yet, but we are definitely bringing Defog Mew. A part of me wants to bring the Shiftry really bad because my opponent has Seismitoad, Jellicent, Latias. Knockoff does Dust Noir. Just knock off, get rid of it. I really think that knockoff would be really important. But of course, Ferrothorn Shiftry's not that fast. We could choose Scarf Shiftry, which would be definitely interesting. I was either gonna go that or go like Sunny Day on Mew and put Swords Dance on Shiftry and see what we can do. Or if we want to be super cheeky, we can Agility Baton Pass. Or you can't learn Agility? Can you learn anything to increase speed? Automize? Nope. Wow, no Dragon Dance either, I know that much. So, you don't have anything to increase speed. So I guess we're not gonna go for that fun stuff. We're not gonna go for that fun stuff at all. Aw, man, I was gonna go for fun stuff. I kinda want Mew to just be straight up coverage. Now that's the thing. That's the thing I was thinking about. Mew can actually, if I didn't want to bring in Infernape, I could bring in offensive Mew, and Mew might be the better choice because it can destroy Ferrothorn because it can learn a fire type move. It can learn Heat Wave. It can learn a bunch of stuff. It can learn Earthquake for Heatran. So it might be a better bet to just go offensive Mew. Like say like Calm Mind Mew, which is sort of offensive. I think Calm Mind Mew would do really, really well. Huh. Now that I'm looking at it. Now that I'm looking at it, either that or we just go like defensive Mew with defog and knock off and just try to take hits. Now my opponent's biggest threats, offensive threat is the Latias, followed by probably the Virizion, which I'm not too worried about because we have Infernape, and Mew can. So Mew should probably be physically defensive, and then with like a flying type move. I mean, it learns bulk up too, man. Bulk up. Imagine a bulk up Mew. Imagine a bulk. I kind of want to do that just for funsies. We just talked about how like specially defensive is more the threat, but like bulk up knockoff. Come on, bulk up knockoff. That'd be so awesome. That would be so awesome. But we're gonna leave this blank for now. We're gonna leave this blank for now. I know it's hard to plan, guys. It really is. All right, so we have a defogger Mew. We're pretty sure we're gonna go with that. Look at the rest of my opponent's team. I think my opponent. Let's narrow down what I think my opponent's gonna bring. Heat Ray, Ferrothorn, Latias. I really do think so. Maybe not go Ferrothorn, Latias. Maybe we'll go Ferrothorn, Jellicent. That's definitely possible. I could definitely see that. But I think regardless, I think Scarfed Landers is too good not to bring. Right? Is Scarfed Landers too good not to bring? I mean, it'll give me that U-turn initiative, which is like basically the core of my team. Earthquake is always a hard-hitting move. This will give us knockoff to spam. And superpower isn't really too super necessary. I'd almost want to go HP Fire, but I know it doesn't do too much to the Ferrothorn. Imagine a bulk up Landorus. Let's see. What could I set up on? Because I know this thing actually gets Swords Dance as well. So if we didn't want to run Scarf and we wanted to run like a bulky Swords Dancer. A bulky Swords Dancer. That Ferrothorn is still a problem. I don't know. Let me see. If we have Landorus, and we have a Ferrothorn, a +2 Earthquake does 70. Oh, a +2 Superpower Okos. Then we lose one of our. So we could do Swords Dance, Superpower, Earthquake, and like Rock Slide. But then Latias outspeeds us and has its way with us. No, I think we're just gonna go Choice Scarf. We're just gonna go Choice Scarf. Is Stone Edge necessary at all though? Salamence, I guess it's necessary for Salamence. All right, so we'll go Stone Edge for Salamence. Stone Edge for Salamence. We'll go 252, 252. We'll make it Adamant because if my opponent Choice Scarfs anything that's faster, it's gonna outspeed anyway because of Landorus' slow speed. The only thing, well, she could Choice Scarf Houndoom actually, and that would be a problem. Well, no matter what, that's gonna outspeed because if she's gonna go Timid. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Let me just answer this really quick. Recording, team building. Sorry about that. Nips wants to come over. Building. Be done soon. Okay, so we're gonna go 2-2 attack, minus special attack. I will put 4 in HP, I believe. Let's bring it down to 50 just to make sure. All right, cool. So we have Landorus-T. We have our Toph right here. So common weaknesses, we have none so far. No common weaknesses, which is awesome. So for our next Pokemon from the New York Mankeys, like I said, I really did want to bring Shiftry. Gramble would be, oh my gosh, Girder. I really want to use Girder. Does my opponent have any knockoff Pokemon that can abuse knockoff? I mean, Ferrothorn gets knockoff. They can't really abuse it. I think it gets knockoff. Seismitoad also gets knockoff. Does Girder get a grass type move? If Girder gets a grass type move, we might bring it. It gets grass knot, but that's not going to be enough, especially coming from a Girder. All right, because the reason why I was going to go Girder is because it gets the punches. You know what I mean? It gets them punches. We might actually go Regirock. Let me see something. Regirock, what kind of coverage do you get? What kind of coverage do you get? You have Fire Punch, you have Ice Punch, you have Thunder Punch. Elemental Punch Regirock? You think this is a joke? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Are we gonna do this right now? Are we gonna do this right now? Are we really gonna bring Regirock? Are we really gonna bring Regirock? So what Regirock is weak to so many things. It's weak to, see, it's weak to Steel, so it would bait out. Oh my God, gosh, it would bait out for the weakness policy. I could literally go Swords Dance. I mean, not Swords Dance. I could literally go Rock Polish. Bring myself up to a 100 base speed. Well, hold on, let's see if that would outspeed what it needs to outspeed. Go back, that's it. I'm too excited now. Regirock. Okay, my opponent's fastest Pokemon is going to be the Latias. So let's go Latias. 178. So if we go 252 Jolly. 252 Jolly. It's gonna outspeed. It's gonna outspeed after a actually I don't even think I have to go Jolly. If I go 252, guys, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm gonna go crazy. Yeah, I can actually just because I'm gonna get outsped by anything that's Choice Scarves regardless. So we're gonna go 200. 95 is 190. We can go less than that. 160. No, we have to. Okay, so that would actually be about right. 89. 89 times 2 is 178, so we have to go to 90 to make sure that we outspeed a timid Latias. So that's 156. That's 156. And then we'll go Adamant. So I'm gonna go minus special attack. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have fun with Regirock. So this is gonna be our weakness policy sweeper. Now, like I said, we are weak to a lot of things, but we're gonna go Fire Punch. We are going to go Drain Punch, and we are going to go Ice Punch. Now, what walls this right now? Well, I would say that the biggest thing that gives it issues, Verzion can't one-shot it. I'll tell you that much. Verzion cannot one-shot this thing at all. Verzion's not one-shotting it because it's a flippin' Regirock. In fact, Verzion, show me what you're doing. Close combat is 74%. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. That is pathetic. Not to mention we'll outspeed it, we can smack it with a Fire Punch. How much is it? Oh, an Ice Punch at +2 Loco. An Ice Punch at +2 Loco. I think we're going for Regirock. We're doing it. We're so doing it. All right, so the big problem is we have, and I was wrong, we do have multiple weaknesses. We have 3 water weaknesses right now. Oh my gosh. 3 water weaknesses. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. I gotta be honest, I really wanna have fun this week. I'm just in the mood. Like, I just wanna have fun. I wanna win, of course, and I wanna be competitive, but I wanna use all the Pokemon on our team at one point or another. And the fact that if we can use the Rock Polish, and I know, oh, no stab. I don't want the stab because she has, like, her walls resist stab. So I'm not gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for coverage. How much does, okay, let's see Seismitoad. At +2, my Drain Punch only does 40%. But her Earthquake will only do 47%. That's if it's physical, but if it's special, it's gonna, Scald will do even less. Well, actually, it'll do more because because our special defense is worse. Well, we're definitely gonna invest in special defense. We're gonna invest in HP. And I guess we're gonna invest in, well, we have to put at least 52. So we're gonna go 48 in here. So 48 will be the ticket for special defense. Of course, it's not the best in the world. Special defense is not the best in the world, but I think I just found the Pokemon that I really want to see sweep. this week. So 100%, we have to bring Milotic because we have such a water weakness. We'll go leftovers. Does my Pokemon have any intimidating Pokemon? Salamence does intimidate. But I think Marvel Scale's the better ability for this matchup. So now we kind of get our bread and butter of the team. We're gonna go Recover, we're gonna go Scald, Ice Beam, and we could go Haze in case anything decides to set up. We could also go Dragon Tail, but Dragon Tail, I think Haze works behind a sub, and Dragon Tail obviously does not. So that's a little unfortunate. We could also always go Light Screen to help out Regirock, but we're gonna go Haze. Eliminates all stat changes. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll go max HP. I think we'll make you, I mean, you're gonna be our special sponge no matter what. But let me just see something. What's my normal setup? I think it's max defense, and then it takes all the hits. It takes every hit. You can't take this thing down. If we go 252 and we give you a positive special defense nature, now you're just even bulkier on the special side because we have Regirock and we're gonna have Mew as our physically defensive. So if we want, we could really pour into Special defense even more, but we're going to be a little bit smarter than that. We're just going to go defense. This is going to be our moveset. Scald, Ice Beam, Haze, just kind of standard offensive moves and then a Haze. Scald is going to hit Ferrothorn. Houndoom if she brings it. It won't hit Seismitoad or Jellicent, which actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's going to be a little bit... Milotic gets walled by those two Pokemon. Milotic 100% gets walled by those two Pokemon. At some point, I also want to bring a different set. I want to bring my... I won't reveal it yet in case some of the UCL coaches are watching, but I do want to bring a very unique set. I don't get any grass-type moves besides Hidden Power Grass. Do I think she's going to bring Jellicent, or do I think she's going to bring Seismitoad? I feel like she would bring Jellicent over Seismitoad, because Jellicent has access to reliable recovery, although it does have multiple weaknesses, whereas Seismitoad only has the one. Part of me wants to go Hidden Power Grass for that Seismitoad, because then I win that battle. Then I 100% win that battle. Let's see. Seismitoad's already there. Milotic's already there. Hidden Power Grass. The 77% to a Seismitoad, depending on how it's EV'd. So it's a 2-hit KO no matter what. I think I bring it. I think I bring it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna forfeit Haze, and I'm gonna bring it. Instead, I'm gonna actually put Taunt on Mew. I think I'm gonna put Taunt on Mew. And for our final Pokemon, I'm gonna go with the only Pokemon that outspeeds everything. It's gonna be Jolteon. Of course, a frail choice, but we do have an Earthquake immunity in Toph. Of course, we do have double, if not triple, Earthquake weakness right now. But my opponent, what's great about building for this is that Seismitoad is my opponent's only Pokemon that has gosh darn. What was I even gonna say? Oh my goodness. I have no idea what I was gonna say. What does Seismitoad have besides no weakness and immunity to electricity? Well, that's the problem I was gonna say. Only Pokemon that's immune to electricity. And it's the only Pokemon with ground stab. So that's why I don't have to worry too much. Now, I kind of do want to go Choice Specs because we know how hard that hits. It hits so hard on everything, but I could see me going Choice Specs, Seismitoad coming in, and then what do I go into against Seismitoad? I don't really have a safe switch in. I go into my Milotic. I guess I can go into my Milotic. So Choice Specs is still an option. But I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to go Life Orb. I'm just going to go Life Orb. I Volt Absorb. Not that my opponent has any Electric Stab, except for Galvantula, actually. Galvantula is definitely going to be a problem. If it sets up the Sticky Web, I get Baton Pass, don't I? Considering going Agility Baton Pass. Pass that into an Ape in an Ape Rex shop. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, so let's just go Volt Switch. Shadow Ball is actually a really real option against my opponent because Kristen has the Latias. But before we do that, don't I learn like Energy Ball? Do I learn Energy Ball? I don't learn Energy Ball. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Shadow Ball would not be a terrible option because it hits the Dusknoir and it hits the Jellicent. Not that I'm gonna ever hit Jellicent with anything but an Electric type move. I could actually even have a fast Thunder Waver. I could have a fast Thunder Waver to slow down one of my opponent's Pokemon. My opponent only has two Pokemon that are immune to Thunder Wave, Seismitoad and Galvantula. So I would not mind that. Is that a good idea? I get Pin Missile! Oh, it's over. I get Pin Missile, it's over. I guess we just go semi-standard. I was really hoping, oh, man, but this makes me want to put HP Grass on you instead of Milotic. Because that's the whole point. The whole point of this Pokemon is to, like, let's see, Jolteon. Shadow Ball does 50%, but that's not enough. HP Ice, how much is Hidden Power Grass? Should be an Oko. It is an Oko. Well, that's, hold on. It might not be an Oko depending on how she invests. If she does max defense and she's Assault Vest, then I think she actually lives. She lives to HP Grass. That's a little bit of a problem. All right, so then you know what? Jolteon's never going to be our solution for Seismitoad. Milotic is our switch-in for Seismitoad every time, and then we fish for Scald Burns, or we just get the HP Grass off, get a little bit of chip damage, what have you. Yeah, that's where we're going to go, or we can recover up on the switch. So we're going to go Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and is there a reason for Hidden Power Ice? I don't think so. I mean, Latias, we have Shadow Ball. Salamence, it takes neutral from an electric type move, so it's gonna hurt no matter what. Virizion. I could actually go Hidden Power Flying. And I don't think that's a terrible idea. I mean, it only hits one Pokemon of hers. But it OHKOs after rocks. So... Then again, Volt Switch is gonna... Oh, Volt Switch alone has 20% because it's resisted. Shadow Ball's also resisted. So just in case it comes down to it at the end of the game, I think we will go Hidden Power Flying. Super, super weird. Something you never really see. Now I just have to check how fast a Modest Jolteon is. Modest Jolteon taps out at 182. My opponent's fastest Pokemon is Latias, which taps out at 178. So we can actually go Modest instead of Timid. The only thing we'll get at sped by is a Choice Scarfer. So that's going to give us some extra damage output, which actually means that HP Flying will 100% OHKO now. The Virizion, if need be. And Seismitoad will take a good amount from the Shadow Ball. Yeah, Seismitoad will still take a good amount from the Shadow Ball. All right, so I think that's going to be our team. We just have to finish up Mew, of course. So we have an Intimidator, which is great. We have a really good natural bulk on the defensive side in Regirock, but Regirock's job is to get in from like a U-turn from one of these three or a Volt Switch and set up a Rock Polish. It's late game sweeper for sure. I want the Seismitoad to come in, and basically I want to go Rock Polish. He sends in Seismitoad. And then, you know, we go ahead, Drain Punch. He activates Weakness Policy, Drain Punch again, and that should be the end of that Seismitoad. Of course, if he burns me with Scald, then I will cry repeatedly for the rest of the week. But Mew, defensive. Are we gonna go Taunt? Do we even have to worry about Taunt? My opponent does have a Dragon Dancing potential in Salamence. And in Latias if you want to be crazy. But I don't think we need Taunt. I think we're gonna go. I mean, Taunt would be great because it shuts down Ferrothorn and shuts down Ferrothorn completely. But I don't think Kristen would ever try to set anything up against Mew with Ferrothorn because it can have access to anything, so it's the coverage Mon. So I think we're gonna forego Taunt. What Pokemon do I not have the best coverage for just yet? I think we have coverage for just about everything on my opponent's team. So I think we're actually just gonna go Roost. I think we're just gonna go Roost. Let's go Roost. So Defog Roost. I could make this a slow U-turner, make it a slow U-turner again, because then we literally just have, who do we want to go out into? We just U-turn the entire time. Who do we want to go into? Who do we want to go into? Which Volt Turn is such a good strategy. Such a good strategy. Now I know I'm not bringing Mega Pinsir again, but I have my reasons. I think Christian's gonna plan heavily for Mega Pinsir. It might actually make her not bring the Virizion because I have Mega Pinsir, so Hidden Power Flying might not be necessary, but just in case, since I'm actually not bringing it, I do need a way to handle that outside of Fire Punch Regirock and Ice Punch Regirock. But outside of that, I need a way to handle it. Of course, I think Regirock's gonna do great I really think Regirock's gonna do great this one. So, you know, since we're gonna focus so much on Regirock, we're gonna go U-turn again. I kind of wanna go Volt Switch, but like I said, my opponent does have that Seismitoad, so I'm not really feeling it in that regard. And then, let's see. Do we want to make I mean, if we want to put Thunder Wave on something, do we want just U-turn though on Mew, or do we just go Knockoff? I think we just go Knockoff. My opponent doesn't have any Mega options besides Houndoom, and if my opponent brings Houndoom, I'm totally not worried about it. I have like 3 answers for it. I have 4 answers for it. Lonely, Top, Regirock, and Milotic all handle Houndoom just fine. So I'm not really worried about it. Otherwise, Knockoff's just going to be a great item to get rid of other items. Knockoff will do good against Jellicent, Latias. Getting rid of leftovers on Ferrothorn is always nice. Knocking off whatever Heatran has. So we're just going to go U-turn Knockoff. Kind of a pretty standard set. And we're going to make you a defensive Mew with a negative special attack nature, 4 in special defense. My opponent has no base 100, so we don't really have to worry about speed tying with them, but we can get outsped by things that are base 95, so we have to be careful with that. So final remarks, I should say. I really think that Kristen is going to bring, I think Heatran and Ferrothorn are both going to come because they're just too good not to bring. Well, no matter what, I know Latias is coming. I'm really leaning towards the fact my opponent's going to bring Seismitoad because I have the Jolteon, although, and it only has one weakness, but Jellicent is just really good reliable recovery. But then again, against Jolteon, I don't even know if that matters. I don't know if reliable recovery matters against Jolteon, especially since I've been spexing it the whole season. Galvantula is a really big possibility, which is why I'm tempted to bring competitive Milotic in case I do get stuck with those sticky webs, because then honestly, +2 Milotic with the spread that it has, it would destroy. It would 100% destroy. I could recover, I could Scald, recover, and it would just completely wreck shop. But my opponent does have the options to paralyze and burn things with Jellicent, so I want to be able to take advantage of that Marvel scale if I need to. But this is going to be our team. I do think that we can win. We just have to stay focused. Don't choke like the last game. This is a very U-turny, Volt-turny team, and I'm super ecstatic about it. I'm super ecstatic. I think that this team's going to do great. I know it has some common weaknesses, but my opponent only has... well, my opponent has 2 water stab options, but she's not bringing both of them. So even though water is a common weakness that I have, I can't see her planning for, like... I can't see her bringing HP water. I just can't. So I think as long as we play smart around the water type, despite that being a glaring weakness on our team, I think we'll be fine. So if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to show some shady love. That thumbs down below, like button does need your touching. Your New York Mankeys are 1-1 right now. We're going to be 2-1 after tomorrow. I really believe it. I really do. Good luck, Kristen. No hacks. Please, let's have a clean match. I love clean matches. Let's just have some fun and play some Pokemon. I'm going to get out of here now. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.